You should go back. Hey guys, sorry we're a few minutes late. I was late getting Liz because anyway,
Liz's car needed help this morning.
Liz's car needed new tires. I had to go get Liz, but I had to do other stuff first. Anyway, she had to remember.
Okay, so today we're going to talk about the Pride and Prejudice quilted bag panel.
Yep. So show them how it works.
Riley Blake does this with they've done it with a couple Lori Holt collections, and then this was super fun.
We were so excited that they did it with the Pride and Prejudice collection.
Pride and Prejudice. So they do these bag panels, and what it is you got, they're for little zippy bags. Sorry, Jen. They've got like a top of the bag. You can see where the zipper goes, the main part of the bag, and then the back of the bag. You can quilt it up whole, you can cut it apart, you don't have to quilt it.
The instructions don't tell you to quilt it.
Jen and I just do because
I liked it quilted because I can.
So there's some big bags, some smaller bags.
It gives some structure to the bag.
Lots of fun. And there's like 4 little quilt labels on the back.
Yes.
Which I think I might have to go put retrospectively back on the couple Jane Austen
Sense and Sensibility one
I've already made, because like I made, where is it?
That one.
I made this quilt. It was the Barton Cottage one last year.
The quilt I made is on there. This one.
Yeah, Jen made this one, and I made
that quilt.
Where is it? This one.
You made that one.
So anyway, it's fun. It's canvas, so like I said, you don't have to quilt it. You can just make the bags.
No, if you are going to quilt it, what I've done, I did it with the Lori Holt one, so I knew how much to do for this one. I grabbed 2 yards for the lining, so mine have a nice yellow, soft lining.
I love Mr. Darcy.
Yeah. Did I have that one there? No, I haven't quilted that one yet. Or I haven't made the bag yet. Anyway, so I quilted the panel. I cut the pieces apart and then quilted them with leftover batting and the back. So then I cut my panel pieces out like this. So we have the top of the bag, the bottom of the bag, and the back of the bag. So now what I'm going to do is cut those pieces apart.
So yeah, just use a straight line and a rotary cutter. Okay, so the smaller bags, they're kind of made to be flat like this. So there's your back piece, top piece, body of the bag put together. The ones that have a smaller design or don't really have any major singular design, it's kind of fun sometimes to box the corners.
So they stand up
and make a standy up bag. Yep. So here's one of the bigger ones, the flat size. And then here's one of the bigger ones, boxed,
so it stands up. I kind of played with it. I'm like, well, this design totally lends itself to being boxed, and this design doesn't.
Oh, I have to show you. I'm going to go get that one.
Okay, hold on. I'm going to tell them, so my favorite things. So I had Sarita order this in for me. This is a Sally Tomato Coil zipper. So she's dropping stuff. It's 3 yards of zipper tape with 9 pulls on it. I think the color on this was called like antique bronze. Anyway, she's ordering more for the rest of you, since when I was making these the other night, everybody else needed one, so they're gone now.
Coordinating zippers for the whole thing.
But I specifically chose this color so that it would match everything. Bless you. Sorry. Okay, but then, so what I need to do is take this out, and I need to grab the tape and a pull. And I'm just going to cut my tape to be a few inches longer.
Like 1.5 inches on each end.
Right, guys. Do not cut it to the right size. Okay?
Not exactly.
Now, that doesn't mean we need to waste a ton of tape. Your scissors will go right through the zipper.
Or your rotary cutter.
Don't worry. You're not actually cutting metal.
And you're not ruining your scissors.
Okay? And you can put in the zipper now or later. But what I'm going to do the pull in a minute. But what I'm going to do, this is a product from Bianni.
When Jen and I both first got this, it was like a free sample and something.
Yeah, they gave it to me, and I was like, I don't even know what that is.
Like, I don't know what to do with this. And then Jen looked it up, and she like tried it on a bag.
I was making the zippy bags.
Yeah.
I was like,
and then
give that a go.
It was one of our
and then I was like, no, we need it. Should I order it for the store?
Okay, so this is a double-sided tape.
So what I'm doing here, I'll lift it up in a second and show you.
There's paper coating on the other side.
Yes. So I put it on the zipper, like this. I'm just going to take the little coating on the other side of the double-sided tape off and drop it.
And now it's super sticky.
Super sticky. So for this, I'm going to put it on like this and then
like
fold it
long
over.
sides together.
Right.
Or
well, right sides together. And I just kind of line it up on the edge there. And it's going to be my pins, guys.
You want it inside, so inside the seam allowance, okay?
Right.
Because then
I don't really want to sew over it because it'll make your needle gummy. That being said, they make Teflon needles, so it's not really Teflon.
Okay? And guys, this is maybe this is like an 1/8 of an inch wide, and that's why. It's so that it can be in your seam allowance and not affect your needle. Right. So now it's working as her pins or as her wonder clips, and so the beauty of that is that
I don't have any distortion.
There's no distortion because you know when you pin, or even if you have to use clips, they like pile up, and then you can get that distortion with the zipper. And this makes it so easy because there's none of that.
Right.
And it is, like I said, it's a nice sticky tape. It ain't moving.
No.
So this is the Vianney's double-sided
basting
zipper. I don't know if it's called zipper tape.
I think it's just called basting tape.
Basting tape. I'm sure there's other uses for it.
I'm sure they use it for like binding in a bag too.
Yes, but
it's anytime you need something to hold it, and pinning is not necessarily a good option.
And when you buy a package of this, it actually comes with 2 rolls.
There are 2 rolls in there,
so there's a lot of it in there.
Okay, so I've got.
It'd be cool for binding.
I've got that on there, and now I'm just gonna flip it over.
And you can just leave it in, guys. It doesn't come out.
No, like, it doesn't come out. It's just gonna live there. It's just gonna live there.
You're just going to flip it over and top stitch it down.
Yep, that's all.
So what I have to show you is this is one of the Lori Holt ones I made from the same size little panel.
Yep.
Once upon a time. And when we moved here and I moved into this little room, I boxed the corners on this one. I put this bag on the shelf, and I put another bag on the shelf next to it, and then I realized they were clearly made for each other.
Oh, what's the bag inside? Oh, yeah. They're made for each other.
They're made for each other. It is my super secret hiding spot. Because this is a sharing size bag of M&M's. And it fits exactly perfectly
in there.
In my little box.
Zippy bag.
Zippy bag.
That's brilliant. I have not put M&M's in mine.
And it sits on the shelf. And people just assume there's random stuff in there. And what they don't know is that it's my bag full of chocolate. It's on the shelf, remember?
Right. Okay. So I do that on one side, and then I can just repeat it on the other side. So I'll just take this, take my little zippy tape.
And to be honest, you guys, the fact that this is on there right now is actually handy because we're not having to go around.
Right. Now, putting it in, if I'm needing to be exact, like I don't want this tape, the zipper to shift up or down 1/8 of an inch, putting it in right now would matter for that. It doesn't here because I still have to put these bag panels with the back panel and sew all around it, and they're not always exactly the same size because it's printed, and so there's always some amount of squaring up I have to do anyway. So if the bag ends up 1/8 of an inch smaller, it's fine. Life goes on.
It works.
It does.
That's how that works.
Yep. Anyway, so then I'll just find the end of my basting tape.
So we only have like 3 more of these panels left, but I think I can get more.
We'll see
if you guys want it bad enough, I can get more. I'm pretty sure.
Right.
I checked my phone, but it's right there. The camera right now.
Oh, well, yeah, that makes it hard. But they're super fun. And if you bought one, because you're like, oh, that's fun, but what do I do with it?
This is what you do.
If you want it lined, like I said, you want 2 yards of fabric. If you don't want to buy the zipper coils, you'll need to get, we do have the 14-inch zippers.
14-inch single pull fit zippers, and we've got colors that work really well with it. I took some of those home.
But then Jen had a better idea.
And then Jen had a better idea. And so now I might just add those zippers to my stash. Because I have reached that point. I'm not even a bag person. I don't make bags.
No, not
but
without
I have reached the point that I have zippers in my stash. No, not without Jen.
But sometimes it's like, no, I need a zipper. I need to do this.
I still haven't made that dinosaur bag.
Really?
No. We'll make a dinosaur bag. We were supposed to help you with it at a retreat a year ago.
Oh, that happens.
See, I don't do bags on my own very well.
Nope.
I probably could if I bothered to.
Why is your machine not feeding?
I don't know. Read the instructions. If it gets caught up.
It's just not even feeding.
Dude, what in the actual heck?
Yeah, don't worry, I'll fix it. I'm gonna fix your machine.
Anyway,
That's how the
sew it down, cross stitch it again. It looks like this. Now, if you want to bind the edges on this, you totally can.
totally you can totally bind the edges. Where's one of they're over there. So when I did mine, I just zigzagged them.
I was gonna say, or you can zigzag them, or after you put it together, when you're trimming, take your pinking shears.
Yep. Any of those methods are gonna work. But when I did all of mine of these at home, I just zigzagged the edges.
Here we go. I got it.
So, I mean, if it's a square one, before you turn it right side out, because that's when it's easier to do, you get zigzag. These ones I made here on Friday night and left, so they haven't been zigzagged yet. Because I left them here after my sew day on Friday.
And if you're not sure how to box corners, I think we have about 30 videos on YouTube.
Yeah, we've made a couple
Where
on how to box corners. Basically, you cut a box in the corner. If you want to know what I did, these are a 1-inch box.
This
is a 1 1/4.
Oh, 1 1/4. I was off.
Well, it's because if you do 1 1/4, then it becomes 2 1/2.
Okay.
So you have to double everything. So anyway, so if you want to mimic what I did, I already did the math and tested it. So you're welcome. Because that's what I do, apparently.
Yeah,
but I thought this one was so good box.
Let's
because
show them real fast how to put the zipper pull on.
Oh, yes.
Okay.
So here's the trick to a zipper pull.
You guys have probably, if you've made a bag or something, accidentally pulled off the end of a zipper pull.
Because it happens.
It does.
A lot. Okay, so what's the trick? The trick to putting a zipper pull on a zipper. Now, there are a couple of things you can do. Now, these zippers are a polyester core, so if I was somewhere where I had a lighter with me, kind of melting the edges so it stops fraying makes life easier, okay? But what I'm going to do is I'm just going to open the zipper up a bit here. Just open it up. And then I can slide my pull on. Now, there are a lot of tricks using forks and all kinds of other things to make life easier. I want to make sure I'm going the wrong direction. I want to go this way. Zippers are usually a one direction thing. You know,
pay attention.
I'm like, it either goes on that way or off that way.
You're going to get it into both feeds.
So I get it into both feeds. The trick to putting a zipper pull on is having 3 hands.
You need a third hand.
Okay? You can use a fork. You can use other things. Grab your husband. Grab one of your kids. Somebody. Because if 2 people can be holding, if one person with both hands can be holding the tape, and the other one can just give a good tug on this, now you'll see it's a little off because I'm putting it on afterwards. But no big deal. Okay?
You can adjust that.
It'll adjust. It'll be fine. My bag's
actually there's plenty of room to trim it up.
Just fine.
But that's the trick.
That's the trick, is 3 hands. So grab a friend.
Yeah. Anybody. Your next door neighbor. Knock on the door. Can you hold this real fast?
Excuse me. I'm holding this. Can you just pull?
Yeah.
I mean, it's a good way to make friends.
It is. It works.
I've made friends in much more awkward ways.
So that's true. And friends that you make in awkward situations.
We tend to keep
the best kind of friends.
Right?
Yeah. Because they have seen you be weird.
Right. It's like, hello, I'm strange. And if you can just acknowledge that up front, life is good. It goes better. All right. Have a great day.
Thanks, guys. Sorry we were late.
Right. Sorry. But
life.
Right. Life. It keeps doing that to us. Lifing.
Being life.
All right.